all the vehicle innovation you're seeing come to market. 60% of that innovation is software and electronics driven. That's a standard industry number that's out there. We tend to believe it's even higher.
Patrick Milligan should know. As Ford's Senior Manager for Vehicle Solutions, he's seen this situation explode the past few years. With consumers demanding everything from satellite radio to navigation systems to new products like Sync, Ford's voice-driven infotainment software, Milligan and his team need to incorporate new equipment and lots of it like never before.
You have arrived at your destination. Route guidance is now finished.
The ability to manage consumer electronics life cycles along a traditional automotive life cycle is quite challenging, simply because the traditional automotive life cycle extends between 2 to 3 years, whereas our consumer life cycles for handheld phones, Bluetooth type enabled devices, turn over in between 6 to 9 months.
USB, please say a command.
Play genre rock.
Playing genre rock.
But new hardware isn't the only concern. The devices need programming, which, for the typical Ford 05 models, required software with 2 to 3 million lines of code. Today, that's doubled.
Our current 2007-2008 model year vehicles have already gone up on average to 6 million lines of code. And by the time we get to 2010 model year, we're expecting to see 10 million lines of code in the vehicle.
Lots of code and new equipment are today's automotive reality.
The flight has been delayed. We will arrive about 1 hour late.
But the fact is, internal vehicle communication is more important than even just a few years ago.
So 15 years ago, there were very few dependencies between modules and very few modules. Today, we can count on some of the high-end vehicles between 50 to 70 modules on the network, and dependencies between probably 60 to 70% of those modules.
These vehicle improvements not only require a new structure for engineers and the design team to use, but it's also imperative that the dealer body be equipped with these tools, since it has the front line of interaction with the buyer.
So what we've gone after is basically a whole new way of managing the software complexity that's going into our vehicles, because it is a key deliverable of our future quality as well as the future cost of our products.
When a vehicle comes into the dealership, the service tool can interrogate the vehicle, identify exactly which software bill of material it has got on it at that point in time, and use that to determine whether or not this particular vehicle requires a service.
This in-vehicle software system, or IVS as it's called, was developed by Ford's Tier 1 partner in the project, Siemens PLM Software. The companies designed the solution using the Teamcenter Digital Lifecycle Management solution from Siemens. It was a natural extension to build IVS at Ford, so it could be used globally to isolate a vehicle's trouble quickly and efficiently.
This is a powerful capability. The example that I could give for when it would be used is if a customer's vehicle is returned to the dealership with a specific concern that cannot be resolved at the dealership, the pertinent information can be transferred to the engineer who's responsible for that system, along with the customer's VIN number, which can then be used to retrieve the complete set of data for that vehicle configuration build.
Even more important, I think, are some of the benefits that the service technician and the customer are going to see. Software files for reprogramming are available immediately for download and reprogramming. You're not concerned about a part being out of stock, potentially having to be ordered, and the customer maybe having to leave their vehicle overnight or come back on a subsequent day to get the repair done.
The multiple benefits that the IVS system has provided may start with engineering and communication, but ultimately goes right to the bottom line, in this case, warranty reduction. And that provided Ford the program's biggest surprise.
Those benefits were modestly estimated to be within the $1 to $5 million range per year. We have far exceeded that, and much to the delight of our engineering staff. And to date, after 3 years of in-vehicle software release process being in place, we have exceeded the $100 million warranty savings mark. It has been a great working relationship over the last 3 to 4 years with Siemens PLM, and we're hoping to extend that working relationship as we build out the tool suite with Teamcenter Systems Engineering.